and welcome to the Wildcats football show on HNLive.ca. I'm Dave Dawson, and like many, 2021 is about new beginnings coming out of 2020. Everybody's looking forward to new opportunities, much like we are at HNLive.ca. And our big exciting announcement this year is we are going to be taking on the contract for the home games of the Wildcats football program of the Canadian Junior Football League. All of the home games you will find broadcasted on HNLive.ca. I'll be the play-by-play voice of that, and very excited for that. And the Edmonton Wildcats, also new beginnings for 2021. They have moved out to Emerald Hills Football Stadium in Sherwood Park, a new offensive coordinator and a new quarterback as well. And they are joining me today, gentlemen. Kavis Reed, the offensive coordinator, as well as Devin Desormeau, the quarterback. Thanks so much. Kavis, why don't we start with you? Maybe first of all, who are the 2021 Wildcats football team, and how would you describe them in your words?
First of all, it's been a pleasure so far working with these young men and getting out and have the opportunity to participate in football again. And I truly believe that we're going to find out what we truly are this Sunday when we play the Calgary Coast. But what I've seen so far are a lot of passionate young men that are willing to learn and are willing to sacrifice to be a better football team than we have been in the past. And I'm very excited to work with them. Their enthusiasm is infectious. Their camaraderie has been very strong. And I think that we're going to have a very good football team this year.
And I guess for a new beginning, is there anything better than having a new quarterback to work with who's taken over the starting role? And what's your relationship been like with Devin, and what's it been like to watch that battle in training camp as well?
Yeah, from the first time I met Devin, I pegged him as a very cerebral quarterback that has a passion for the game. He's a tremendous leader. The team really rallies around him. He knows when to say things to get things going, and he knows when to just be an observant and let the culture take its course. But I truly believe the talent that he has is going to be tapped, and I'm looking forward to him executing this offense and having his input as well. So he has part ownership in it as well.
All right, Devin. So obviously taking over for Dante, who was now no longer the quarterback and aged out before. What's that like, just coming in and battling in camp? We see that those fans maybe of the CFL see a lot of the two quarterback systems, and you're right in the heat of a quarterback tryout in training camp. You win that job. What's that like for you? What was that battle like?
It was great having Dante last year as one of my teammates. He was a great player and a great guy, something that we'll definitely miss in the locker room, and we wish him success over at Acadia University. This year, though, in camp, it was a mindset that it was my team and my spot to lose, and I just came in with the confidence of the starter and prepared every day like I was a starter, and it seemed to work out for me so well. The coaching staff did a great job of bringing in a group of young, great quarterbacks that have pushed me and taught me things too, and a bit of more of a leadership role for me in the quarterback room. And I'm excited to help them and hopefully help us get some wins as well.
If I were to ask your teammates, Kavis described you as a cerebral quarterback. What would they say about you, and what do you think some of your strongest characteristics are as a quarterback yourself?
I think definitely the mental side of the game. I'm someone who loves football. My ability to process and learn and store information is good. I think I've done a good job over COVID getting in better shape so I can use my athletic skills better, move the pocket a little bit, bring that aspect to my game that maybe I was lacking before in the past a little bit. I think I can make all the throws I need to on the field, and Kavis has done a great job helping me become more confident, seeing windows, anticipating. We've worked on that a lot. So I think I can bring those new skills to the table this year as well.
Now, it's not very often you get a man with Kavis's resume to be able to work with him one-on-one. And then what have you appreciated so far about his knowledge that has helped you to settle in that role?
It's been great. It's been such a blessing to have a guy with the caliber and the experience that Coach Kavis has brought. He's done it all across the Canadian Football League as a player, as a coach, as a general manager, and that's experience and wisdom that you can't fake. You have to live it, and he's taught us so many things already, even just how to operate as a football team. You've seen such a difference in the way that we've practiced and prepared. And I think one thing that we've all really appreciated about Coach Kavis is he sees us all as peers. I think it'd be easy for a guy coming from the CFL to be a little standoffish or feel like he's better than the CJFL, but he's been real great for us, and he's gotten a lot of takes a lot of our input and puts it into his game planning, his play designing, and really he's a great guy first and a great coach second, but we all just love having him in the locker room, and he's a true player's coach.
All right, well, the players coach gave us this question for you. And 2019, a great season, a season for the Wildcats. And unfortunately, obviously, COVID prevented the 2020 season. But so much anticipation built around this Wildcats football program for 2021, and a lot of excitement around it. You make the playoffs in 2019 and everyone's getting ready for the next season. You're open the season on the road against Calgary, a team that with the rankings just came out nationally today. You're kind of right neck and neck with them. So what are you expecting from this game this weekend against the Calgary Colts?
Expecting us to be efficient. I know that Coach Park has done a very good job of preaching the kind of culture that we want, and our biggest thing is control what we can control, and that is making certain that we control our preparation, our effort, and make certain that we have the right attitude when we approach not only preparation but game. And the biggest challenge that we're going to have is the way we practice. Our practices have been very intense. We're going to continue to make them intense so that when we get to the game, the processing is already done. The game will slow down for these young men, and hopefully our execution will demonstrate that.
All right, one more. Well, not one more. We're going to keep going for a little while, obviously. Devin, a question for you, and I'll ask the same thing for Kavis as well. Every quarterback loves to talk about his weapons. Quarterbacks have interviewed before, love to do that. So run me through the arsenal that you're going to get to be tossing the ball to, and why are you excited about the guys that are going to be lining up alongside you?
We got a great offense coming this year, whether it's our vets like Jake Mielides at our wideout position, or Lucas Howe, another great slot back, or Nathan Brake. And then we got some new rookies coming in this year. A transfer out of Kamloops, Garrett Krasinski. He's going to be great for us at wideout. And Travis Haggart, originally committed to Queens. Now we are lucky enough to have him. He's a huge target. And there's such a great diverse group of receivers. We got a lot of speed. And we got a lot of guys that run crisp routes and got great hands and are good possession catches for us. And then to make it even easier for me, we got great running backs too. We got Zacharias, one of our vets that's leading the charge. Just very quick, one step and he's through the hole. And then we got Jaden Sack, a power back for us that runs people over in practice. We've seen him many, many times already, and I'm excited to see him do it this weekend too, along with the new guy from Carleton University that transferred down over to us, name's David, and he can do it all. He can catch out of the backfield. He's a great weapon. And then our O-line too. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention them. They've done a great job and they've learned so quick. A lot of rookies stepping up so far in camp, but we got some vets back this week that are going to really help us. So I think the greatest thing is we got so much depth that at literally any position, if someone goes down, we know the guy coming up to fill that spot's going to do a great job.
Well, I'm probably defense is my biggest fan. I'm the biggest component of a game. I'm the biggest fan of. I love when I'm watching football. I love watching great secondary and a great defensive line. And I know you're not the defensive coordinator, but you are a coach on the team, Kavis. So can fans expect a pressure-heavy defense? Is it going to be, are you relying on the secondary to, create some turnovers, or what kind of defense are you looking to build for this year?
Yeah, we have a very smart defensive coaching staff, and the players have responded very well. Their scheme have done a lot of good things that challenge us in practices and have made us a lot better. I think going up against them every day for the last 15, 16 days has made our guys a lot more visually smart. They're seeing a lot of things coming at them, a lot of different angles. So that was very good for us. And the scheme and design fit our athletes. And that's one thing that I'm very proud of the entire coaching staff about is we're not trying to force our athletes to be something that we want them to be. We're trying to see what they're capable of doing, what their penchant is for being able to execute certain things and building schemes around that. So I'm very impressed with what I've seen so far, both from a schematic and from a personnel perspective in a defense.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to catching up with head coach Darcy Park in the coming weeks, I believe, potentially next week. And why don't we just leave it with this, you guys? August 28th, the home opener, you're in a new stadium. We're going to get a chance to play in Sherwood Park in front of a new community, Emerald Hills football field. Why don't we start off with Devin? And obviously, you take over that starting quarterback role. You get to be in a new community. How exciting is that to be able to just take part in that?
It's great. I think a word that's going to be used a lot for the Wildcats here is just turning that new page and a lot of new opportunities for us, right? New coaching staff, we got new players, new spots, and a new home. Feels like we're kind of closing the chapter on some of the struggles that we had in the past, and we're hoping to turn that new leaf and have some success. It's going to be a great atmosphere. I know we're pumped. We got it circled on the calendar. It's our crosstown rival, but obviously right now we're just worried about week 1 and playing the Calgary Colts and taking care of business there first.
All right, taking care of business for sure. Kavis, we'll leave the final thoughts with you. We're really excited at HNLive.ca to be your official home for the home games this year, and we're super excited about that. Just sell the Edmonton community and the Sherwood Park community on Wildcats football for 2021.
Yeah, if you like exciting young men who are passionate about football and want to make certain that we represent this city very well, you want to be at our games. I'm excited. I've seen every level of football, and I know that teams that have excitement around them are going to bring a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of fight. Fans appreciate that, and I'm very happy to be in a football community like Sherwood Park that really loves football, sponsorship community that really backs their sports, and our football team we're starting anew. It's a new beginning for us, for an old football team with a lot of history, and we're excited to have the young men lead the way.
All right, gentlemen, thanks so much for making time. Best of luck this weekend against Calgary, and make sure to, I'm sure the fans would love to have you come home for the home opener 1-0 against your crosstown rivals. And thank you so much for watching this as well on HNLive.ca. We are looking forward to kicking the season off on August 28th at Emerald Hills football field. The day before is obviously the Al Park Memorial Golf Tournament. You can check out the Wildcats website for more information. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.